Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive today. You know how life can sometimes feel like it's just constantly on fast forward, right? Like you can't catch a break. Well, get ready to kind of hit that pause button because today we're going to be exploring a path to inner harmony, even amidst all the craziness that is everyday life.
It's really remarkable how these ancient philosophies like Buddhism offer this wisdom that's honestly just as relevant today as it was centuries ago.
Absolutely. And we're diving specifically into practical techniques from Buddhist philosophy. So not just the theory, but really actionable steps that anyone can use to find more balance in their lives.
And it's fascinating, too, how this ancient wisdom is really intersecting with modern science more and more.
Speaking of science, did you know that even like short bursts of meditation can have a really profound impact on your brain? Literally rewiring it for the better.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty amazing.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more. Well, think of your mind like a jar of water that's filled with sand. When you shake it up, you can't see through it, the water's all cloudy. But when you let the jar sit still, all the sand settles, and the water becomes crystal clear.
I love that analogy. So meditation is like hitting the reset button on all that mental clutter, allowing our thoughts and emotions to just settle.
Precisely. It creates a space for clarity and insight. And what's so fascinating is that studies have actually shown that meditation directly impacts our stress hormones, particularly cortisol.
Oh, cortisol.
Right.
So that's the stress hormone.
Yes. And you see, chronically high cortisol is linked to a whole host of health problems.
Like what kinds of problems?
Well, from anxiety and depression to heart disease, even a weakened immune system.
So by reducing cortisol through meditation, we're not only experiencing that sense of calm, but we're actually improving our physical well-being too.
Exactly. It's not just a feel-good practice. It's a really powerful tool for your overall health and well-being.
I like that. It's more than just feeling good.
Research shows that regular meditation can not only reduce stress, but also improve focus, boost your immune system, and even increase those feelings of happiness.
That's quite a ripple effect.
It is. It is.
So it's starting to sound less like this mystical practice and more like a science-backed approach to living a better life.
It really is. Both Buddhist philosophy has recognized these benefits for centuries, and now modern science is really catching up, providing evidence to support what they've known all along.
That's really interesting. This brings us to the concept of mindfulness,
Yeah.
which is central to Buddhist philosophy. Could you explain what mindfulness is and how it relates to meditation?
Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in this moment without judgment. So it's about noticing your thoughts and feelings as they arise without getting swept away by them.
Okay.
You see, we often spend our days dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, but mindfulness encourages us to simply observe our experience in the present moment.
So it's not about emptying our minds completely or becoming some kind of Zen master, but rather about developing a greater awareness of our inner world.
Exactly. It's about cultivating an open and receptive awareness to your thoughts, emotions, and sensations. And meditation is the tool that allows us to practice this mindfulness.
I've experimented with guided meditation apps before, but I've always been curious about the experience of having a real person guide me through it.
Guided meditation is a wonderful way to begin your practice, especially when you're first starting out. It offers structure and support. I'd be happy to walk you through a simple technique if you'd like.
I love that.
Great. This one only takes about 10 minutes and can be done anywhere.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Wonderful. First, find a comfortable position, whether it's sitting on a chair, a cushion on the floor, or even the edge of your bed. The key is to feel supported and at ease.
All right, I'm settling in. What's next?
Sit with your back straight, but not stiff. Imagine a string gently pulling the crown of your head upwards, aligning your spine naturally. Let your shoulders relax and rest your hands comfortably on your lap or knees.
Okay, comfortable and upright.
Perfect. Now gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in through your nose, allowing your belly to expand as you inhale. Hold the breath for a moment, then exhale slowly through your mouth. As you exhale, let your shoulders drop, releasing any tension you might be holding.
I already feel a sense of relaxation washing over me.
Good. Repeat that deep breath a couple more times, simply allowing your body and mind to settle. Now shift your attention to your natural breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest and belly as you breathe. There's no need to control your breath, just observe it as it is.
Focusing on the rhythm of my breath, feeling the air enter and leave my nostrils.
As you sit here, you might find that your mind begins to wander. Thoughts might pop up: to-do lists, worries, memories, anything really. And that's perfectly normal. That's what minds do. When you notice your mind drifting, simply acknowledge the thought without judgment and gently guide your attention back to your breath.
So we're not trying to suppress those thoughts, just letting them pass through our awareness without getting caught up in them.
Exactly. Think of it like watching clouds drift across the sky. You don't need to grab onto them or analyze them, just observe them as they come and go.
This is really helpful. I'm starting to understand the difference between observing thoughts and identifying with them. It feels like creating a little space between myself and my thoughts.
That's wonderful to hear. That's exactly it.
What about those times when it feels particularly challenging to focus?
Hmm.
Are there any other techniques that might help?
There are. Some people find it helpful to use a mantra, which is a word or phrase that you repeat silently to yourself as you meditate.
That's interesting. I've heard of mantras, but I'm not sure I fully understand how they work. Could you elaborate on that a bit?
In Buddhist meditation, mantras are often used as a focal point for the mind. They can be simple words like peace or calm, or phrases like I am present or may all beings be happy. By gently repeating the mantra to yourself with each breath, you create a rhythmic anchor for your attention, making it easier to stay present and let go of distracting thoughts.
So it's like a mental tool to help quiet the chatter of the mind and cultivate a sense of inner stillness.
Yes, exactly. And another technique that can be very effective is visualization.
Visualization. That sounds intriguing. What kind of images do people typically visualize?
It can be anything that evokes a sense of peace and tranquility for you. Some people imagine a beautiful natural setting like a quiet forest, a tranquil beach, or a serene mountaintop. Others envision a place that holds special meaning for them, like a childhood home or a favorite vacation spot. The key is to use all your senses to bring the image to life: the sights, the sounds, the smells, even the sensations.
I can see how creating a vivid mental picture like that could help shift our focus away from stressful thoughts and create a sense of inner peace.
It's a powerful way to harness the power of your imagination to cultivate a sense of calm and well-being. And there's another technique called body scan meditation that can be very grounding.
Body scan meditation. I don't think I'm familiar with that one. What does it involve?
It's a very simple yet powerful practice. You start by bringing your attention to the top of your head and slowly scan your awareness down through your body, noticing any sensations you feel along the way. It could be warmth, tingling, pressure tightness, or even just a neutral sensation of your body being present. As you move your attention through each part of your body, gently invite it to relax and release any tension you might be holding.
So it's like a mindful check-in with our physical sensations, bringing our awareness into the present moment through the body.
Yes, precisely. Body scan meditation is a wonderful way to cultivate a deeper connection with your physical body, which can be very grounding and calming.
This is also fascinating. I'm realizing there are so many different ways to approach meditation, each offering its own unique benefits.
Exactly. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. The key is to find what resonates with you and feels most comfortable for your individual needs and preferences.
Welcome back. It's amazing to think that something as simple as just paying attention to our breath can have such a profound impact on our well-being. But I think the biggest hurdle for most people, myself included, is actually making meditation a consistent habit.
You've hit on a common challenge. We all know that consistency is key. But life has this way of, throwing curveballs and disrupting even our best intentions.
For sure. Between work, family, social commitments, just trying to keep up with the pace of modern life, finding time for meditation can sometimes feel like squeezing one more thing into an already overflowing schedule.
Right, and that's where the beauty of starting small comes in.
Okay.
You don't need to carve out like an hour every day to reap the benefits of meditation.
So we're not talking about silent retreats or hour-long sessions right off the bat.
Not at all. Even just a few minutes a day can make a real difference. In fact, starting with just 2 to 5 minutes is often the best approach, especially when you're first establishing a new habit.
That feels much more manageable. I think a lot of people get intimidated by the idea of having to sit in meditation for, extended periods of time.
Absolutely. It's about quality over quantity. Even short bursts of focused attention can have a cumulative effect on your mind and body. And as you become more comfortable with the practice, you can gradually increase the duration of your sessions.
Makes sense. It's like building any new muscle. You start with lighter weights and gradually increase the load as you get stronger. So we're starting small. What are some other strategies for making meditation a sustainable habit?
One really effective technique is to link meditation to an existing habit, something you already do consistently without even having to think about it.
Okay, Give me some examples.
Absolutely. Think about the routines you already have in place, things like brushing your teeth, taking a shower, having your morning coffee. These are all habits that are already ingrained in your daily life.
Okay, so instead of trying to create this whole new time slot in our busy schedules, we can simply attach the practice of meditation to something we're already doing consistently.
Exactly. For instance, you can meditate for a few minutes immediately after waking up or right before you go to bed. By associating meditation with an existing habit, you increase the likelihood of remembering to do it, and it becomes less of a chore and more of just a natural part of your day.
That's a great tip. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to try that. What else can we do to set ourselves up for success?
Creating a dedicated space for meditation can also be incredibly helpful.
Okay,
Doesn't need to be anything elaborate, just a quiet corner of your home where you can sit comfortably without distractions.
like a little personal sanctuary where we can go to connect with ourselves and find a sense of calm.
Yes, precisely. You can even personalize the space with things that bring you peace and joy, a candle, a plant, a comfortable cushion, maybe even a special object or image that holds meaning for you.
It transforms meditation from a task into a treat, something you genuinely look forward to. Love that on. Are there any other tools or tricks that can help us along the way?
Reminders can be invaluable, especially in the beginning. You could set an alarm on your phone, use a sticky note as a visual cue, or even incorporate a meditation app that sends you gentle reminders.
That's a great point. I know I rely on reminders for just about everything these days, but I also think there's a mental shift that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just about the logistics, but also about reframing how we think about meditation.
You're absolutely right. It's crucial to shift our perspective and see meditation as a gift we give ourselves rather than another item on our never-ending to-do list.
It's about self-care and nurturing our inner well-being, not just checking something off our list of obligations.
Exactly. And when you approach meditation from that perspective, it becomes something you want to do, not something you feel you should do.
I love that shift in mindset. It takes the pressure off and allows us to connect with the true essence of the practice. Are there any other resources or communities that can help people on their meditation journey?
There are joining a meditation group or using a meditation app can be incredibly beneficial, especially if you're new to meditation or if you're finding it challenging to maintain a regular practice.
Yeah, it's like having a built-in support system and a sense of camaraderie with others who are on the same path.
Precisely. And many meditation apps offer guided meditations, timers, progress trackers, even access to teachers and communities. They can be a wonderful resource for guidance and accountability.
It's amazing how technology can be used to support our inner growth and well-being. But I have to admit, there are times when meditation feels incredibly difficult. What about those times when our minds just won't stop racing, or when we get frustrated with ourselves for not being able to, empty our thoughts?
Well, it's important to remember that those challenges are a normal part of the process. Meditation isn't about achieving a blank mind or silencing our thoughts completely. It's about developing a different relationship with our thoughts, one of observation and acceptance rather than identification and judgment.
So it's about allowing our thoughts to come and go without getting swept away by them, like watching leaves float down a stream.
That's a beautiful analogy. The key is to be patient with yourself and to approach the practice with a sense of self-compassion. Some days your mind will be calm and focused, other days it will be a whirlwind of activity. Just observe it all without judgment, knowing that even on the most challenging days, simply showing up for your practice is a victory in itself.
It takes the pressure off trying to achieve some kind of perfect meditative state and allows us to embrace the natural ebb and flow of our minds. What about those times when life inevitably gets in the way and we fall off track with our meditation practice? Any advice for getting back on the wagon?
It happens to all of us. The key is to be kind to yourself and avoid self-judgment. Simply acknowledge that you've drifted off course and gently guide yourself back to your practice.
Sometimes that's easier said than done. Any specific tips for making that re-entry a little smoother?
One helpful strategy is to reconnect with your why. Why did you start meditating in the first place? What were the benefits you were hoping to experience? Reflecting on your initial motivations can rekindle your enthusiasm and inspire you to get back on track.
Yeah, it's so easy to lose sight of our original intentions amidst the busyness of life.
And remember, even a minute or two of meditation is better than none at all. Every time you sit down to practice, you're nurturing a seed of peace and well-being within yourself.
That's a beautiful image. It's a reminder that every effort, no matter how small, is a step toward cultivating a more balanced and harmonious life.
And in Buddhist philosophy, there's this beautiful concept called effortless effort.
Effortless effort. That sounds intriguing. What does that mean exactly?
It's the idea that discipline doesn't have to be rigid or forceful. Instead, it can be gentle and natural, like water flowing around rocks in a stream. It's about finding a sense of ease and flow in our practice rather than forcing ourselves into it.
So it's about cultivating a sense of acceptance and allowing the practice to unfold naturally, rather than approaching it with a sense of striving or pressure.
Yes, precisely. Approach meditation with curiosity and kindness rather than expectation or judgment. Allow yourself to be present with whatever arises, knowing that each breath is an opportunity to return to a state of balance and peace.
That's such a beautiful way to think about it. It takes the pressure off and allows us to approach the practice with a sense of gentleness and self-compassion. Welcome back to the deep dive. It feels like we've been on this fascinating journey exploring the world of meditation and its potential to really bring harmony into our lives.
Yeah, it's been a rich exploration so far. We've covered the science behind meditation practical techniques for incorporating it into our daily routine and even how to cultivate that effortless effort in our practice.
Exactly. But there's one more dimension I want to delve into, and that is the ripple effect of meditation. How does cultivating this inner peace impact our interactions with the world around us?
Oh, that's such a key point, Finding inner harmony isn't just about feeling good, it's about transforming how we engage with everything and everyone in our lives.
So it's not just this inward journey. It actually radiates outward, influencing our relationships, our
Yeah.
work, our overall experience of life.
Precisely. When we cultivate a calmer, more focused mind through meditation, it has this ripple effect that touches every aspect of our lives.
Okay, I'm really intrigued by this. Can you give me an example of how this ripple effect kind of plays out in our daily life?
Sure, think about it this way. When you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, it's like looking at the world through this distorted lens. Everything just feels more challenging, more frustrating.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's like everything is magnified and amplified when you're in that state of mind.
Exactly. But when you practice meditation, it's like cleaning that lens, allowing yourself to see things more clearly.
So it's not about changing the external circumstances. It's about shifting our internal perspective.
Precisely. And that shift in perspective leads to better decision making. We become less reactive, more thoughtful in our responses. We're able to approach challenges with more creativity and resilience.
It makes sense. It's like we're creating space between a situation and our reaction to it, allowing us to respond with more wisdom and clarity.
Yes. And that space is where real growth and transformation can occur. It allows us to make choices that are aligned with our values and intentions, rather than simply reacting out of habit or emotion.
And I can also see how this newfound calm and clarity would really have a profound impact on our relationships.
Absolutely. When we're more grounded and centered within ourselves, we're better equipped to communicate effectively, listen with empathy, and build stronger, more authentic connections with others.
It's like we're less likely to get caught up in drama or misunderstandings because we're coming from a place of inner peace rather than, reacting from a place of stress or insecurity.
Exactly. We're able to navigate conflict with more grace and understanding, allowing for more harmonious interactions.
And I imagine this ripple effect extends to our work lives as well.
Oh, without a doubt. Meditation can significantly enhance our professional lives. It helps us stay focused, improves our productivity, and even sparks greater creativity.
So it's not just about feeling more peaceful and balanced personally. It's about actually performing better in all areas of our lives.
That's right. And when we feel good and we perform well, it creates this positive feedback loop that further enhances our overall well-being.
It's amazing to think that something as simple as taking a few minutes each day to connect with ourselves through meditation can have such a far-reaching impact on our lives and the lives of those around us.
It truly is a reminder that, small changes can lead to big transformations.
Well said. As we wrap up this deep dive into meditation, is there any final thought you'd like to leave our listeners with?
I'd invite you to consider this. How would your life be different if you started each day from a place of inner peace? How would your relationships, your work, your overall experience of life be transformed?
That's such a powerful question to reflect on. It highlights how cultivating inner peace isn't just about personal well-being, but also about creating a more harmonious world for everyone.
Beautifully said. The journey to harmony is ongoing, but every step we take towards inner peace creates this ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves.
It's inspiring to think that something as simple and as accessible as meditation can have such a profound impact both individually and collectively. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you next time.